Adela Garza, thank you very much for coming back and talking to us again at Texas GOP Vote. We appreciate the opportunity to learn more about District 34 and about what you're doing in this race. Tell us how life is different now in McAllen and the other border communities than, say, it was 20 years ago because of the issue of the violence and the drug wars that are going on right across the river.
You mean Brownsville?
Right.
Okay. It's amazing because just a few years ago, and I'm talking about maybe 2-3 years ago, we would leave our doors open. We could go swim in our swimming pool after midnight, it never closed. And now we lock our doors because we know that somebody has been through our property. And it's not just, I think before that, the people had crossed to come into the United States were coming to look for a job. That's not the case anymore. And we are very aware of our surroundings now because of what's happening. And often you hear, not in the news, because that's kept quiet, but you'll hear that, you know, so-and-so, there was a shooting, and you know, it's all drug related, and the drug cartels that are taking over our sister city, Matamoros, and it is a scary thought, and we don't want to scare our tourists, but it is happening, and we need to be very aware of our surroundings.
I know when I was young, I used to go to Matamoros and Reynosa, and you know, you would just walk back and forth across the border, and commerce would go back and forth across the border, and I don't think it's like that anymore.
I miss that, and Mexico's such a beautiful country to visit. I hope that soon we can recreate that again, because yes, we would walk across to go have dinner in Garcia's and walk back with our vanilla and our candy, and it worked both ways.
Trevino's.
Yes, and the Glorias, and
Yeah.
so it was good,
Yeah.
and it can be good again. I hope that the federal government sees Mexico as our neighbor. They need our help. And we need to secure the borders, and we need to be careful with who we brought in.
Now, Governor Romney says we should build a fence from Brownsville to San Diego, basically. Do you support building a fence all along there, or do you think there's a more appropriate way of securing the border?
No, I don't think the fence will do it. I think we need boots on the ground. We need technology. Other than fences. These are our neighbors, and many of us still have cousins and relatives in Mexico, and we want them to come. We want them to go back, but we want them to come and buy our things and enjoy our beaches and our hotels, and we want them to come. We just need to keep the bad guys out.
Congressman Poe has suggested that the National Guard be deployed along the border, and that the state governor, the border state governors, be allowed to maintain control of those National Guard troops, but the federal government would pay for that. Would you support a proposal like that?
I think so. I honestly believe that we need boots on the ground. I really definitely believe that. We go to other countries and secure their borders. Why can't we secure ours?
That would be like a reasonable expectation, I would think. This part of the district has historically felt that it was underrepresented. Congressman Hinojosa pretty much stays down on the other end of the district and doesn't come up here very often. How would you communicate differently with the people in this part of the district?
I have been there. I feel their pain, and when I sit down and talk to a constituent, I tell them, and they tell me, you know, we went to Hinojosa's office and we never got served. Well, I had an opportunity to work at the office with Congressman Fernthal. We were underrepresented with our past congressman, which was Mr. Ortiz. And I see people coming and asking for help, and well, they never saw him. And as I hear the story here, and what will I do different? I think I would have that connection, because, and I keep telling the people from the north, you have a great opportunity to select your congressman or woman for the next election. But you have to be very careful because it will be from Cameron County. Republican or Democrat, it will be from Cameron County. And if you look at the candidates, I am the one that has a broader base, and I am the one that has an opportunity to win in November on the Republican side.
You've certainly proven yourself to be of service to the people of Texas and working in the areas that we've discussed earlier and in working for your congressman as well. And so it's going to be very interesting. Now, early voting starts in 3 weeks?
May the 14th.
May the 14th. So we definitely want to encourage as many people as possible to get out and vote early. With the election coming the day after Memorial Day, it's going to be very hard to get people to vote on voting day. So certainly want to encourage everyone to come out and vote early, and don't be like the Democrats, don't vote early and often, just come out and vote.
Well, talk about voter ID, right?
Right.
we need voter ID. But what's interesting too is that, and a lot of people identify with me because in our county, we hardly ever had Republican candidates. I told you we worked for Tony Garza. We had one that year it was the only Republican we had on the ticket. So if you want to affect your local government, you vote Democrat.
Right.
And you vote, because sometimes he's running as a Democrat, but he's actually a Republican. So we vote Democrat. This year is a different story because this year we have many Republican candidates, and it is exciting. It's exciting to see that the community has other choices, and that if you are a true conservative, you don't need to run as a Democrat. You can run as a conservative, and there's others that are running as conservatives in Cameron County. We have conservatives, Republicans running for the JP races, for the sheriff, for the district attorney, for Congress. So the ticket looks good, and I'm excited about that.
Well, in contrast to that, the Democrat primary is pretty weak with candidates at this point, in that the presidential election has already been decided for them. The Senate race is not really an issue, so there's really not a huge reason for people to vote the Democrat primary, so they might as well come over and vote for Adela Garza.
That's what I keep telling them. The crossover, they're welcome. And really, because as Hispanics, we are conservative. We like to earn our money. We like to work hard. I know that my mother taught us work ethic, and we never went to ask for anything. We worked. And I remember as a 10 or 11-year-old, with my neighbor, which was a little old lady, she would give me 25 cents to go wash her dishes. And so we learned how to work. We don't want things given to us. We're conservatives, we're Catholic, we're very pro-life, we're very pro-business, and we're very tight with our money.
This would be a good chance for the Catholic voters as well to send a message to the Obama administration that they're not going to put up with what he's been trying to pull. Thank you very much for your time. I know you've got some other places you've got to go today, and it's a hectic schedule as always for a congressional candidate. We appreciate the time and look forward to speaking with you again as we get closer to the election.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Are we ready?